Competency number 16. Did the trainer maintain a non-discriminatory manner throughout the session? So think Equality Act. If anything you're talking about falls under the Equality Act, you will be expected to raise the issue if it is derogatory in terms of racism, sexism, anything that falls under that, the Equality Act, disability, we would be kind of expected to raise that and to point them in the right direction and the appropriate sort of action. So, for example, one that comes up all the time, oh, these BMW drivers that don't signal. Well, that's putting everyone in a category of they don't signal because they drive a BMW. We know that's not correct. And you may want to discuss that on the next sort of pulling in session. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's just concentrate on the road ahead. But you'd be expected to pull them up on that. The other thing as well is, what are we doing? Are we saying anything that could lead them? Oh, it's a white van driver, he's in a rush. You know, are we leading them into that thought process that could affect their driving and how they perceive the world outside and other people around us? But also, just putting your hands on the back of the seat. I've got PDIs that have been doing that, so I'm driving along, doing role play, and we've really got to think this is our personal space and that's their personal space. So that agreement should have already been in place, that if I lean over, I'm going to tell you I'm leaning over you. So it could just be, there's a switch just over there and they can't find it. I'm just going to lean across you. It's just here. And that would be when you're stationary. Any other time, if I grab the wheel, it's because you're getting a little bit close, so don't fight me for it, okay? I may have to do that in an emergency. So you would have had that conversation anyway, or if it has happened, you would need to be pulling them in anyway and discussing that if that was to happen again, obviously after analysing the fault and letting them figure it out for themselves, if that was to happen again, if I do lean over, it's just because I'm steering you away. So apologies, I am getting in your personal space then, but it's for safety reasons. So please remember that it's the way you're sitting and the way you're leaning, and you're leaning into this space. So not only is it their own actions and their own how they're verbalizing opinions or how they're looking at the outside world that we've got to monitor, but also what are we doing inside the car, and is anything we're saying leading them into that opinion. So yeah, think Equality Act, but take note of ourselves on our own body language, and are we being closed, or are we kind of leaning into this space, or, you know, hope this helps.